This is the new Porsche Boxster. No, really, it is. Yes, it looks a lot like the old car, but it's now called the 718 in a nod to the brand's successful racer of the 60s. Plus, every panel, apart from the bonnet, boot and windscreen, is all new. It's the same with the interior, which has been subtly upgraded and looks as classy as ever. There's Porsche's new infotainment system, plus a smaller diameter steering wheel for an even more involving drive. Porsche's also totally overhauled the underpinnings, fitting faster steering from the 911 Turbo and treating the rear suspension to some upgrades inspired by the sublime Cayman GT4. Oh, and it's ditched the traditional naturally aspirated flat 6 engines in favour of smaller turbocharged flat 4 units. Okay, so let's start with that elephant in the room, the engine. Yes, it's a 4-cylinder. Porsche purists will be holding their heads in their hands at the sound of this, but they do have very short memories, because let's not forget the first ever Porsche was a mid-engine 4-cylinder car. Then there's the really successful 356. They won quite a lot of Formula 2 races in the 60s with a 4-cylinder mid-engine car. Then there was the Porsche 914, which sold over 120,000 examples, which is pretty good going by Porsche numbers. So what's it like? That's the important thing. Well, this is an S model, so it's a 2.5 litre. It's got a 345 bhp power output, and torque is up to 420 newton meters, which is 60 newton meters more than the old naturally aspirated 6-cylinder engine. More importantly, that peak torque comes in at 1,900 RPM. And that means, well, this thing absolutely flies. Even the manual car without the PDK or launch control will do 0 to 60 in about 4.6 seconds. And of course, it's not just the engine that Porsche have looked at. Everything's been gone over with a fine-tooth comb. So we've got the steering system from the Porsche 911 Turbo, which is 10% faster. You've got revised rear suspension, which takes some of its influences from the Cayman GT4. And as a result, well, the best has just got better, because this car just feels so balanced. The steering is beautifully weighted and so precise, and the front end is just nailed on. You can just turn into a corner, lean on it, and know the grip's going to be there. And with a slightly wider rear tyre, there's bags and bags of traction. But of course, with the extra torque, it does mean it will be a little more playful if you switch off the stability control. Now, this car's also got Porsche active suspension management, so it's the adaptive dampers, which are 10mm lower. And in their sportiest setting, you just get rock solid body control. Probably a bit bumpy for these Welsh roads, so I've left it in comfort. And then it just breathes with the road. There's firmness there, but just ultimate control. It's absolutely unflappable. There is no other mid-engine roadster in this price bracket that drives like this. So, has Porsche spoiled the Boxster by ditching its howling 6-cylinder engines? Of course not. Sure, the 718 doesn't sound as good as before, but the massive increase in performance more than makes up for it. This car is nearly as fast as the more powerful 911. Factor in the car's sparkling handling and £50,000 price tag for this flagship S model, and it's safe to say the Boxster is better than ever. To watch a track battle between the Porsche Cayman GT4 and the 911 GT3 RS, click the video on the left. To watch a track battle between the Porsche 911 Turbo S and the Audi R8 V10 Plus, click the video on the right. Click on the play icon to watch our latest videos, and click on our logo to subscribe.